we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Pacific Calls. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver.
That's right. They just got done with their show in Sacramento. It's not too late to get goose or duck calls, but really it's turkey season time.
And get ready to go to the Turkey Rodeo, which is April. I don't know the weekend dates.
Last weekend in April,
Last weekend in April.
I think it's 26.
With us today from Louisiana, he goes by the name of Pat McRotch.
Yes, sir.
Pat, how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
You
Pat
told me
McRotch.
Pat McRotch. He's the minister down there. So, anyways, you told a story last night at dinner that cracked me up, and you're
Yes.
a storyteller, and I've noticed that last couple of years from you here. Tell us a story about being at the strip club.
Well, one day, a buddy of mine decided to go to this, I would say, well-established strip club. First walk in, and we got in there, and these two girls came up to us and kept hounding us for a lap dance. We told them, can we have some time to grab a beer?
Right.
We just got off of
Right.
work, go in there. So we had a couple of beers. They came back, and I was like, okay, we're ready. So we get up on this, like a second story type stage, and they start dancing. Well, the way that she situated me was is I had my chair, and right behind me was a table, and my buddy was kind of off to the side. So this girl starts giving me a lap dance. She gets in between my legs with her back, and she starts going up and down, and she went to lean to tell me something. And I'll be son of a bitch if her hair didn't catch on fire.
How did it catch on fire?
From the candle and all the hairspray. You know, them strippers, they have a lot of hairspray.
A lot of hairspray.
All that Aquanet.
Why do they
Well,
have an open flame in a strip club?
I guess they trying to be romantic,
I got you.
you know?
I got
So
you.
she jumps up and she's screaming.
Yeah.
The DJ turns the music off.
Yeah.
Every light in this dim strip
Yeah.
club went on.
Oh, shit.
She's running through the strip club screaming, hair on fire.
Look like a Michael Jackson
Yes,
commercial.
exactly. So she goes in, and her friend is livid. I mean, she's over here slapping on us and all this because she said we were cruel because we were laughing.
Oh.
I was like, man, get the fuck out of here, please. Well, she was in like an Asian type, and
An Asian type.
well, I don't know, was it
Yeah.
Vietnamese, Taiwanese, Chinese,
Something down
Japanese,
there.
yeah, something. So, anyways, she comes back up to me and says, "Hey, can I finish the lap dance?"
They're hard workers.
And the bad thing is her hair that was just on fire was all singed. You could
stunk.
see. Oh, and it stunk. She put
Yeah.
that perfume to try to mask it. And it's kind of like, no. So we ended up finishing that beer and getting
And
on out of
going.
there.
I couldn't imagine what a strip club looks like with all its lights on. I've never seen that before.
Oh, you don't want to.
You don't want
no. Them lights, they mask a lot of stuff.
I read a book one time. It was about a guy that was a bouncer at one of the high-end strip clubs, like the Spearmint Rhino or one of them in Vegas. And he was talking about that. And he said the best job in the world to have is the people that have the contract for cleaning them,
Yep.
because they get to keep everything they find.
Oh, really?
So he said they bid real low because the money's on what you find. And because them people, and he said poker chips,
Right.
because a lot of guys will tip the girls in chips.
Right.
Because it's just like cash out there anyways. And he said they find all kinds of stuff like that on the floor. He said, I'm talking big money.
We have a plumbing company that hunts with us, and they have the plumbing contract for a big bar in Fort Worth. Everybody knows it. I won't mention the name, but they pulled out a full-size iPhone one time. Their toilets were clogged up, and they fished out. I don't even know how you get an iPhone down a toilet. Heavy-duty suction, I guess.
I'm going to tell you what, those new toilets we got here, tell you what, if you're an old man and you got a set of balls on you, it's hanging down, them suckers end up in the pipes. Them things will suck them down, boy. Shoom. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Boy, you yeah.
Oh, suck the hemorrhoids out of you. That's damn sure.
I'm telling you, boy, it'll take them right out of you.
I was scared.
First time I sat on one, went, whoom, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit. Boy.
It's more suction than the airplane toilet.
That's exactly what it's like, just like that.
Yes.
So you told me you had sex with the stripper, with a midget once.
Oh, that was the best.
Felt like a monster. Felt like you had a fucking root on
Man,
you.
I felt like I could win into Vivid Entertainment. Yeah, I was actually in high school, and we went to. They had this little. It was a bar. It was. I want to call it. I want to say it was like Blue Light Lodge or something like that. Well, every Thursday night they had 50-cent long neck beers and quarter pool. So we all go there. We all had fake IDs because we weren't, not of age.
Yeah.
We go in there. We're starting to drink and having a good time. And I'm to the point now where I can't even see straight. And I was talking to my buddy, and something ran across the ground, and I caught it on my peripheral vision. And I'm like, shit, there's a rat in here. And I turned, and it was a midget. And I told my friend, I said, I'm bringing her home.
Uh-huh.
So I go and I start talking to her.
Now, she's a stripper or just a midget?
No, this was just a
midget,
straight midget.
Straight club.
Just drinking.
Straight midget.
Yeah. And so I started talking to her. Well, I couldn't really, she was so small, I was wobbling.
Oh.
So I knelt down and I picked her up and I had her in my arms like you hold a baby. And I'm sitting there talking to her and all this. And I said, I finally talked her into coming back to my apartment. Well, her friend comes up and was trying to talk her. I guess she was trying to cock block.
Yeah.
Because she said there's only one thing that he wants to do. And I was like, no, man, I really want to get to know her and all that.
Yeah.
I was feeding her anything.
Yeah.
And then she ended up coming back. And you're right. It makes you feel like you are a king. And it was the best. I mean, you can do anything that you want. And they're flexible.
I didn't know that.
They are very flexible.
I thought their hips were a little, with that big butt, I didn't think you could get the legs where you needed to.
Oh.
No, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So did you ever see her again, or was this a one time and never seen her again?
That was a one time, never saw her again.
Was her friend full size?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody try to hit on her, or was she wasn't the type?
No.
Nah.
Now, I would have.
Yeah.
Because going to LSU, I mean, I guess I'm a 4-year freshman at LSU.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what really messed me up was joining a fraternity.
Yeah.
And I won't say the fraternity name. Well, every Friday night, everybody wanted to do would put $1,000 in a pot, and we call it hogging. And it was whoever had proof of having sex with the biggest girl, you won that pot.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, shit, man. We went, and there's 11 of us. So there's $1,100 cash.
So it's $100 a person.
$100 each person.
A person, okay.
Okay. So I had our president at the time, Darren David. We go and...
Did you just say his name?
Yeah.
What was it again?
Darren David.
Okay.
You can't find that anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Spelled 9 kinds. There's probably an X in there and all sorts of shit.
I can't even tell you how to spell it.
So Darren.
We went out and we ended up going to New Orleans. So we drove to New Orleans, and he had a 4-door extended cab dually. So we go to Pat O'Brien's at first to drink some Hurricanes. Mm-hmm. And as soon as we walk in, there she was.
Yeah, there's the winner.
You could see her from across the room, huh?
Oh, she was right in the door.
Okay.
I mean, you couldn't have missed her. So I start talking to her.
She a big girl?
Oh, I would say...
He knew he's taking the winner home.
Yeah. I would say, if I would have to guess right now, she's probably close to 450.
Good Lord.
Shit.
So put it this
So it's
way.
an automatic winner. It's like you
right.
knew it was that shooter
So
deer.
put it this way. We were 2 blocks from where we parked.
Uh-huh.
It took her 30 minutes to walk 2 blocks. She would walk and have to stop. Walk and have to stop.
Get a rest.
Yeah. So I told them, I said, we just might as well go ahead and load back up and head back to Baton Rouge. And I said, you ain't going to beat this.
Yeah.
And they all agreed. So I tried to get her into the cab. She couldn't fit.
Dang.
So I threw her in the back of the bed. We're going down Interstate 12, Interstate 10, back to Baton Rouge. As soon as we get it going across the twin spans, I look out and they're videotaping this. And there I am. I don't know if I was inside of her or if I was in between the fat and the louvers and the bed of the truck. So as soon as we get past the twin spans, and they had us all on video, as soon as we get back, I said, Darren, man, pull over. I got to go to the restroom. So we pulled over at the rest stop. Well, she gets out too. She goes, I got to go too. I said, okay, that's great. So she gets out.
I have a feeling where this is going.
And she waddles up, and it took, I can't tell you how long. So I go in, and I'm watching. And then as soon as she walked in, I ran out, jumped in the truck, and we took off.
The hell out of
To
Dodge.
this day, I have no clue how she got back. I don't. I mean,
But you're $1,100 richer.
I was 1,100, and being in college, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Did y'all do this again, or was this a one-time deal?
Oh no, we do it every Friday night.
And you only won once,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it takes.
but you had 11 more weeks to play for free.
yeah. But the bad thing was, it was right by close to Halloween, so our fraternity had a big party with all these sorority girls. Well, what do you think they did?
They had to sleep with the ugliest guy. Got $100.
No, they popped the film on in the TV, and this is playing, and I'm the only one. The only one that the whole fraternity didn't get. I was like, okay. Well, I got y'all's $100.
How far is Baton Rouge from New Orleans?
About 2 hours.
Oh, okay. So not bad.
No.
Did y'all go down there often when you were at LSU?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I don't know if you can do that now. I guess they still do, but I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
Bunch of college kids running around New Orleans.
Yeah, but once you get onto the French Quarter, it's already crazy.
Right.
I mean, it's because back in the day, they would actually have bars that were just a shop bar. You couldn't buy beer or mixed drinks or
Just
nothing.
a shot. Yeah.
And then a lot of them had they catered to the college people, because I went in. I was in college like 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. And then,
You were a freshman for a long time.
yeah, I'm a 4-year freshman.
Are you a doctor?
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
yeah,
What is it? What did you say, Andy? What do you call someone that went to college for 8 years? Doctor.
Doctor.
yeah. But I did graduate from BYU, so
So you're a Mormon?
yeah, backyard university. Yeah, no, an Italian Mormon.
No, there could be some. I'm Italian too, and I ain't a Mormon either, so I don't know. But I bet there's some.
Yeah.
So you told me another story last night, and this is really cutting edge of things we can even talk about, but it made me laugh a lot. Tell them the whorehouse story,
You talking about the
the one you told me yesterday.
yesterday?
I think you told it to me yesterday. I bet your cousin and you being in there.
Oh. I thought you. Yeah. Well, we used to have a deer lease. And at Del Rio. So we used to always go to Boys Town.
Yep.
So one night we decided to go head to Boys Town. So we
Take
go.
your kids out of the car now.
Yes. So we go into Boys Town, and we go into this. It was a whorehouse. Mm-hmm. So we go in there, and it was almost set up almost like a hospital, where they had just like a line of beds, and there's no privacy or nothing. And they had tables. Each thing had like a little nightstand. So we're in there, and the girl I was with, we were doing it. And then I look over at my cousin, and he was going down on her.
Oh, you don't do
I was
that.
like, oh my God.
Don't
I
do
said,
that.
what are you doing? And he goes, what? I said, what? What are you doing? I said, just think where you're at. Look what's all been inside.
Yeah.
And he jumped up, and he's starting to panic, and he's looking around, and they had like a vase that had water in it. Mm-hmm. So he grabs this, and he starts drinking this water. And the girl goes, no. And he goes, what? And she goes, no. He goes, what? And she goes, oh, that's my douche water. Oh. He's sitting there washing it. I was like, man, that right there, that eliminated the mood.
Oh, you can't do that, bud. Damn.
No. But Boys Town, they have some good strip clubs there.
Where's Boys Town? It's in Del Rio, or it's across the...
Acuna.
It's across. It's in Mexico.
It is.
Acuna is the name of the town.
Is it?
That's that place that Papagayos or something was the name of one of the big ones back in the 80s and 90s and 70s.
Now, Del Rio, it's west, isn't it?
Yeah, you've been there.
We went to Del Rio.
We've been to Acuna before too. We went over and ate at Crosby's one night. There's a Mexican restaurant there that was famous, and people. I think Crosby's was. In
Is this where you and Lewis used to go to a lot?
No, that was in Matamoros at Brown. That was Garcia's down at Matamoros. This is the place that me, you, and Mom went when y'all were little, and we went across and ate over there one day. It's a famous steakhouse. They have a famous steakhouse there, and that's the starting place. You go there and eat. And then we came back across. You gentlemen went on further down to a place called Boys Town.
Yeah, it's like nothing. It's dirt, dirt, dirt. As soon as you go over the hill, it's kind of like going into Vegas.
Jeff, I don't think I've ever been to Del Rio.
Yes, you have.
It's west of San Antonio. I
know.
don't think I have.
When you were little, we did. Me and Mom, you have been there.
I remember Matamoros.
That's where we
remember
go fishing.
we walked across. We walked across in Matamoros.
Huh?
Yeah.
You've never been to Matamoros?
Yes, I have.
With who?
With you and Mom.
No.
I remember walking across the river.
That was in Del Rio.
Acuna?
Yes, that was at Acuna.
Oh, maybe I got my shit mixed up then.
There's a place called Crosby's was in Acuna, and Garcia's, I think, is the name of the place in Brownsville or Matamoros. Big time steakhouse. We used to go there and we'd go fishing down there and we'd go there. And I've been to Acuna one time. Me and Michelle took the boys. They'd been to Mexico. And we went to Del Rio and we walked across.
So we walked
and
across
ate dinner.
there, not
yes,
Matamoros.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it was there at Acuna. So, anyways, what was the strip clubs there like compared to American strip clubs?
Oh, they're more like a show. Yeah, especially the girl by the name of Diamond. Diamond would actually, she'd get $2 in quarters and put them on the stage. And she would stand over them and do a complete split. And she would pop up and all them quarters are gone. Yeah. And then she would actually take a glass, like a beer mug, set the beer mug underneath her, and she'd drop one quarter out at a time, directly into that glass.
What if that's passed down from daughter to wife or daughter
I have
to
no
mom
idea.
To daughter? That's.
Well, y'all heard of Boys Town and all that for the
Yes.
donkey shows, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see a donkey show?
No.
I've never seen it. I don't think I want to.
Nope.
I don't think I want to see
Oh no!
my cousin.
I bet they don't even do them anymore.
No. I said this was, man, I was probably, I would say this is probably like in the 80s.
Did your cousin catch anything from the
No.
going down in the douche water and everything? He wasn't sick the next day?
Oh, I'm sure he was sick for a long time.
Did you ask him, like, what was going through your head, man?
No.
Like, you can't do that shit here.
Man, we were so drunk, I don't even think he knew.
I had some buddies of mine from high school that went down there, snuck down there one weekend, and I'm not gonna mention no names. But anyways, they went down there, and one of them got his necklace stolen when he was down there, and he didn't tell nobody about it. So he come home and he was telling some people about his necklace and something, and one of the other guys goes, "That was your necklace?" He goes, "What?" He goes, "I'll bring it to school tomorrow." He saw it on the nightstand at the whorehouse, and he stole it and was all proud of it. Was a buddy of ours' necklace, so he took his necklace. He brought it to school. Like, oh, I thought my mom was going to kill me. I didn't know how to explain to her where I lost the damn thing at.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. We went to one in Houston. That was a strip club, and I drink beer, like if I'm out. And I told him, I said, "Hey man, don't drink liquor. Just drink beer, because they'll bring the beer up, and then you open it." Well, he was drinking liquor, and I told him, I said, finally, I was like, "Man, I'm leaving," and I left, go home, come back to work, and he wasn't at work. I'm like, oh my God. So next day he comes back to work, and he has black eyes and stuff. They actually drugged him. They brought him into the back alley or the back of the strip club. They jumped him, beat him, they rolled him. They took his wallet, his wedding ring, and all that. And I said, how the hell are you going to explain that to your wife?
No shit.
So,
Damn it. At Boys Town, you said it's like a hospital, like it's just wide open. How many people are like going at it that you can see in the room?
when we were there, it was just us two.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It wasn't packed house then.
No.
Watching.
No.
So no. When he says it's wide open, it means when you go across, it's a separate little town, right?
No, I was talking about where
It's
we
just
were
one
at.
wide open room with beds and shit.
It'd
in
be
it?
like this. It's like a hospital bed. And they'll be like, they had like probably maybe 10 beds all lined up.
No
they,
shit.
They didn't have screens or nothing.
Oh, I'll be damned.
But each bed had a little nightstand. And then, of course,
I'd already be nervous, and like I think
You think you'd underperform?
performance anxiety would get to me. I don't even think I'd get to the. I don't even think I'd get step on the field. I'd be so nervous.
Yeah, I'd walk in the door and I'd walk out. I'd be like, no, can't do that.
Shit. Everybody's
Oh,
gonna
now,
see me.
now, no. But back then, when you're young like that,
Yeah, young Thundercat.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't go to these places now.
no, no.
So you travel a lot for work, right?
Yes.
So you go to a lot of different places. Mm-hmm. Is there any place like New Orleans in the United States?
No.
I don't think so either. New Orleans and Vegas are two of the. There's just not other towns like them anymore.
No.
Now I don't care about going back to Vegas again. Vegas, since last time I was in Vegas, they had legalized marijuana, and it stunk everywhere you went. I don't give a shit what you do, but I don't want to smell the crap.
No.
You know, I would almost rather you inject yourself with methamphetamines on the sidewalk than to smoke pot around me because it don't stink. I get sick of that smell. And a lot of places up north are that way now. You set a traffic light and you're like, God, Boston's bad. But New Orleans is such a unique city.
It is. It's getting real big with the weed smell too.
Is it legalized there now?
No, it's not.
they
But,
just don't care.
yeah.
We have a school in Texas State in San Marcos. It's a big party school in Texas, and I gotta imagine, like if my kid said I was going to Texas State, I'd be like, "Fuck, you're not gonna learn anything down there." I gotta imagine Tulane's probably the same.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if your kid tells you I'm going to Tulane, you're like, "Oh fuck, I'm paying out the leg, I'm paying out the ass for tuition, and you're just gonna go party."
Shit, you went to LSU, that Tigerland. Is that what it's called? Tigerland? What's that place where the bars are outside of town?
Yeah, Tigerland.
I had never seen nothing like that in my entire life. I thought, boy, if I was 18 years old, hell yes,
Yeah.
that's where I'd want to go to school at.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you think about that. If Lubbock would have had a separate section of land with just bars and shit,
Well, they do.
yeah, but it's in town and stuff. That place was just unique.
Tigerland was in town.
Well, but it was on the edge of town.
Yeah.
and
It was right by the stadium.
But well, I'm assuming 20 years ago it was nothing there except just
No, it
out in the
wasn't.
middle of
You
nowhere.
would go down past the stadium, and then you'd literally go across the tracks. It was on the, I guess it'd be the west side of the tracks.
Yeah.
And you go over, and they had like Sports Illustrated. They had a Tiger. They had the snorkels that I was telling you, strictly a shop bar, and all these different bars. But then they catered. I mean, you get there at 2:00, and it was penny draft beer. And then every hour it went up. So it went from a penny to 5 cents, then 10 cents, then 25 cents, 50, and the max it got to was $1.
Oh wow.
But for college people, you see them cutting classes and all that. And then back when I was in school taking psychology, was they did not consider daiquiris as an alcoholic beverage. So we'd go to the daiquiri place, get a daiquiri with extra shots, and we'd go sit in psychology class and sit there and drink. And by the time class is over, we're shit faced. It's like, man, we didn't learn nothing.
LSU is a different animal. I'm telling you.
It's not considered an alcoholic.
Was that
drink.
the place that we had the Uber driver that said that on game days you can't get on campus, they close it down? So he parks on campus somewhere so he can get off.
Uh-huh.
And he takes
Yeah.
people just from a ride from the game on, but you have to be on campus before a certain amount of time.
It's a whole different breed of people over there.
I'm trying to remember what bar we went to.
At Tigerland?
Yeah. I thought I had a picture.
We went to
walking
two
in.
of them.
Yeah, there was one that was a big.
One was like an open air area, had a stage on it, and had an area where you could go and.
Maybe it was Fred's. I think it might have been Fred's.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was. It
Man,
was
it's been
Fred's.
so long since I've been down there.
It was a good time though. Yeah, I can definitely see why people would want to go down there.
That restaurant right as you go through the main gates on the left, I wish I could think of the name of it. That fucking was a good place to eat. God almighty. And it's an old timey one. It's been there forever.
What did you have? Was it like po' boys and stuff like that?
They had that too. But they had regular restaurants. But I mean, they had regular food also.
Yeah.
But I can't think of the damn name. It was right as you go into the gates at LSU on the left side of the road. Going in. Right on the corner. You know, they got that little section where they've got a Raising Cane's there because that's the guy who went to school there. There's a Raising Cane's there, but there's like 5 or 6 in like a downtown type area, like a small town downtown would look. And the restaurant was right on the corner right there. It was very good food. And then we had a place last time too, down below one of the bridges. I want to say Pauline's or Paulina's or some shit. Boy, it was fucking good too, boy.
You been to Ribs yet?
I don't know if we have or not.
I haven't been there, but they said they have being from Texas,
Ribs?
we're barbecue
Ribs. Ribs?
Ribs.
I ain't going to go down there. Go to Louisiana, you don't eat fucking ribs. You
No.
eat coon-ass food.
Oh, I agree, but they said that these ribs were probably because they do like a dry rub, and they said their dry rub that they do is better than any kind of. I haven't been there, so I'm like you. I'm not going to go to Louisiana and eat barbecue.
And I ain't going to Rendezvous in Memphis and having ribs either because they're not very good. They're very overrated, I thought. And they were dry rib. Did you like them? I thought they were terrible. But there's not a better place to eat in the world. I've been to Baton Rouge probably, I don't know, 10, 20 times in my life. I mean, we've been there, not a ton, but we've been there a lot. And we've eaten there every time we come through it and stuff. But it's like everywhere else, the big cities, you got to make sure you know where you're going.
Yes.
And you damn sure at nighttime want to make sure you know where you're going.
Oh, no, you better.
Yeah. But the food is so good down there.
They told us like don't walk past, like don't get out of Tigerland walking. Like you're safe here, but just don't go venturing.
Yeah, that's like if you ever go down to Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Don't go past Cas Meow. Once you get past Cas Meow, now you're getting into the danger territory where you might not come back.
You know what scares me, or not scares me, but think of I've got my grandkids now, and they're so young. You don't know what kind of what they're going to be like when they get older. But like Reese, he's going to be very protective. I can tell. I think he's going to be very aware of his surroundings and pretty smart. My oldest granddaughter, Dylan, and Andy's youngest, Jameson. I don't know so much about them. I think they're going to both be pretty social. But I worry about, especially with Dylan and stuff, and I would be scared to death to have an 18-year-old daughter to send her to LSU or any of these colleges. Because 18-year-old kids are going to do the same thing they did when I was 18 years old.
Yep.
But it's such a more dangerous world now. Like when I was 18 years old, I don't remember anybody ever being roofied but I'm not going to lie. One of the goals when we went out when we were young was to get girls drunk.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't talk about that nowadays, but that's the truth.
Yes.
I mean, you'd be like, hey, she likes to drink coolers, buy some, that was common. And so things are the same as it was when we were younger. But man, the roofies and all that shit in the trafficking shit, and just we had a little girl from out here that went to tech, and someone tried to traffic her, and she jumped out of a car or something. I can't remember the whole story, but she's lucky to live.
Nice.
But it was just because somebody was they traffic these people, so these girls are all marks at these places.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes you worry, especially if you don't have a sober friend. That old cockblock girl that your friends had that you hated so much. Those girls need that.
No, I 100% agree.
But when you're young, you're like,
when you're young, it's like,
get that bitch out of here. She's bad news. What's she trying to do?
Like, don't hate.
Why you gotta be a funny dad?
Yeah.
Just because I didn't hit on you first.
Yeah.
Hating the player. Cell phones have ruined it all too. Like, people.
I think it's social media.
Yeah. Well, like you can't make a mistake now or it's going to get blasted everywhere. Just like you at the Halloween party, but it'd be on Facebook for everybody to see, not just people at that party.
But I'm just saying so much as the media is because they dictate what comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
right.
They're going to give you just half of the story. They're not going to give you that true story.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now that we have a pretty big reach on the podcast. Somebody's going to know Mr. David, your frat buddy, and is going to reach out for me. It happens every time. And then there might be some old boy that's going to say, my sister was a big old girl, and she got left by some asshole one night, left her at the Dixie Dog there. And
told you, my name's Pat McRotch. Oh, I'm sorry, Phil.
Yeah, Phil, not
Phil
Pat. It's
McRotch.
Phil.
Yeah.
No, it was
I thought
Pat.
it was Pat.
It was
Pat
Pat.
McRotch.
It was Phil McCracken or Pat McRotch,
Yeah.
so I couldn't remember which one it was going to be.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a different world for sure.
It really is.
But
Because I remember growing up and going in the neighborhoods, trick-or-treating and all that kind of stuff, and not even worrying about it.
yeah.
Now with the granddaughters and stuff like that, I mean, you need to be
You think of it. You think of it different
Yes.
nowadays than you used to. Yeah, I mean, I'm older than you a couple of years, but same generations and things that we didn't have to worry about. Things that kids have to worry about today at all.
None.
Being on the streets, like trick or treating, for example. I remember as a kid growing up, it was you need to make sure someone don't put a razor blade in your candy or something. And that sounds absolutely terrible, but you think about it compared to today.
Yeah.
You bite down a razor blade, you're gonna cut your tongue or your teeth or something. That's not good. But that's not somebody putting poison in
Yeah.
shit, trying to kill you like they do nowadays.
Is that even true though, Jeff?
Every year when we were kids growing up, you'd hear about some shit.
No,
like
I'm
that.
talking about the poison and the candy. I think how many, number one, how many people did you know that bit down in some candy and got some razor blades?
I didn't know anybody that ever did, but
and now
compared,
how many people do you know that bitten into candy and gotten poison? Because both numbers are 0 for me.
I don't know anybody personally, but I promise you, somebody last year, someone had fentanyl in something that done something to somebody. It happens. It's going to happen because of the world we live in. What I'm saying is, when we were growing up, the things that were bad compared to today is not that bad. Andy's going to try to fact check me on this.
I'm just curious to find out, because I think Halloween 2 got everybody afraid of razor blades and apples.
They didn't even have Halloween 2 when I was talking about as a kid growing up.
It came out in 81.
This was before 81 even.
Okay.
I was 13 years old. I wasn't trick-or-treating when I was 13, but before that I was. I'm just saying, that was when we were kids. It was like, you need to watch your candy, make sure someone put razor. And I'm sure it was a scare tactic. Maybe happened once to somebody once in the country. But we didn't have to worry about our kid eating a gummy that's not a gummy like you have to worry about nowadays.
I mean, look how many of these kids go into school with gummies and they're actually their parents' ones with THC, and they get high.
Bad. Not good. Yeah, it's 0. That's the number.
Is it 0 what?
0 verified or credible reports of fentanyl being deliberately placed into children's Halloween trick-or-treat candy.
Look about poison now.
See, now you're moving the goalpost.
No, I said they didn't even have fentanyl when we were growing up.
You said this year.
I'm just talking. Okay, yes, I did say that. There's kids exposed to things now that how many fentanyl overdoses have we had? A whole bunch.
Okay, well, you're moving the goalpost again.
Look up. Yeah, but some people have died from fentanyl that didn't mean to ingest fentanyl. Okay, how many people got candy that had been tampered with a poison or something bad? In our sick country, there has to be more than 0.
Yeah,
has to be.
There have been reported cases of razor blades.
Okay. Well, you said earlier that was all wives' tale.
I figured it was.
Oh, so now you're moving the goalpost now?
I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm reporting facts. I'm reporting
But there has
facts.
been razor blades.
Katy, Texas, this year confirmed a report of a razor blade found in a piece of Halloween candy collected by a child. No injuries were reported.
What a piece of shit.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Michigan in 2015, 2 razor blades were in Manistee, Michigan. One in Laffy Taffy, the other one in a Reese's peanut butter cup. It doesn't say if there were any injuries. 15 in Ohio.
But it's happened.
Razor blades are much more common than fentanyl. I don't think people are trying to give away their fentanyl.
Look about poisoning or tampering with Halloween candy with poison of some sort. I just used fentanyl. I threw that out of the mask. Something. See what there has been.
Okay, let me look.
How many deaths were from that, though?
From razor blades?
Yes. None.
Oh, it doesn't say.
So what I'm saying was, looking back, that was a terrible thing. But someone putting a razor blade in something, you taking a bite and cutting your tongue or something, is not near as bad as somebody overdosing your ass with fentanyl.
No.
Or something else that you could get.
Especially nowadays, have no clue what they're lacing it with.
Yeah. I watched Drugs Inc. on TV the other day, and it just amazes me. First of all, it amazes me how the TV people can get these actual guys to tell you their story. Second thing is that people want to take something that's made out of battery acid. What the fuck? Where would that go wrong? I mean, they're making liquid Drano and shit, and you're going to stick it in your veins, and you can't wonder why you're fucked up.
Ronald Clark O'Brien, 1974. This is what most well-known case of poisoning Halloween candy. O'Brien, later known as the Candyman, deliberately laced pixie sticks with cyanide and gave it to his 8-year-old son.
Okay.
Trick-or-treating.
1974, I was 6. So guess what as a kid I grew up having to hear about?
Cyanide and pixie sticks.
Yep, my dad, God rest his soul, and as big a tough guy as he was, being a fireman was the worst thing that ever happened to me and Tony, because every time, Dad, I want a motorcycle. Hell no, God damn it, I've been in motorcycles. I've been to so many damn wrecks, and I ain't never been to one that someone lived from. So guess what? We're never going to have a freaking motorcycle. Now, you know what? I have no desire to have a motorcycle because I'm like, fuck, somebody's going to kill me on it.
It's not so much you as them other bastards riding around in them other vehicles.
Yes, but every time I'd gonna go do something, you don't need to be riding around on goddamn Kemp Street. Goddamn, we got a wreck, bro. And every time I'm working, and it just was no fun.
Nope.
But he was very overprotective because of all the shit he had seen, and that's why. So,
but he lived a loosey goosey lifestyle.
Oh fuck yeah, it was all different for him. You know. Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah,
he's going to bars, catting around, and not giving a shit about anything,
but doesn't want us to do that.
It's like that saying. don't do what I do, do what I say.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
When my dad was 18 years old, he would drive a truck, an 18-wheeler, and he would go to Memphis and pick up a load of grain to take back to Kansas. He worked for my great-grandfather on a trucking company. 18 years old. Drive by himself. Go to Memphis. Get to the grain, the grain, wherever the fucking elevators were.
In the 60s.
In the 60s. And would jump on a train that was going into Memphis and jump on it like a hobo, jump off around Beale Street, get up, walk down Beale Street, drink beer all night long, get back, hitchhike back to the train, or walk back to the train, jump on a train going down there and get out. And if his truck was up, then he'd load up and head towards Kansas. At 18 years old. 18-year-old kids in the 60s were different than 18-year-old kids are today.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
No cell phone. I wouldn't even know how to get to Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely wouldn't know where to jump off at Beale Street.
Now, you knew Dad pretty well. Does this shock you?
No.
So did he ever jump on a train and it didn't go where he wanted it to go?
No, but I got a story about that.
I have.
You went to where'd you go?
I ended up in Mississippi.
Where'd you want to go?
Just down to the bars. We caught it behind our fraternity house. Literally.
It's a little too fast to get off, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Instead of taking that left, it took that right, and it opened up. And it actually, once it slowed down, we jumped off, and we had to walk, and we were in right in the state line of Mississippi.
Well, I had a buddy of mine that did this. He lived in Chicago. Well, him and his buddy was going to go to Wrigleyville to watch a baseball game. The train went the direction of Wrigleyville. So him and another 12-year-old kid jumped on this train. And it started going. Well, when they got to where Wrigleyville was, that some bitch was going 35 miles an hour. They wasn't about to jump off. It slowed down and they got off. About 8 hours later.
Yeah.
They were in Minneapolis.
God.
Minneapolis, Minnesota is where they got off. He had to call his sister. Hey, I need you to come get us. Where are you at? She goes, you're supposed to have been home an hour ago. Mom and Dad are mad. Tell them to spend the night at Joey's house.
And how long ago was that?
1970s.
Right.
Yeah.
Now think of that happened nowadays.
Oh, my God.
And your cell phone dies.
Oh, yeah.
You have no clue of who to call.
Yeah.
We depend on them cell phones
And
so
nobody
much.
knows numbers anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went over to a payphone. He had to ask somebody where he was at. Where are we at? You're outside of Minneapolis. Huh? Was that in Wisconsin?
Right.
Minnesota. But that 8 hours later, that's where they were at, and had to call, and his sister had to come pick them up.
How many guys were with the train on the train with you?
There was 4 of us.
How far away from it? Was y'all 40 miles away, 50 miles away?
Yeah, I'd say probably about 50 miles.
Did you hitchhike back to town or have to call somebody to come pick you up?
No, we just called the guys at the fraternity, and they just took a road trip. They said, we'll be right there. Well, it was a whole nother day.
We'll get them when we can.
Yeah.
Could you
They're all
imagine
right.
hitchhiking?
No.
I would be scared to death to hitchhike. I'd be scared to pick up a hitchhiker, and I'd be scared to be a hitchhiker. I had to hitchhike one time. I think I ran out of gas or something south of Knox City, about 8 miles. I thought, I'll be a smart ass, but throw a thumb up. First car. You need a ride, Jeff? Sure do. But I knew that someone coming where I was at, that road was only
Right.
going to Knox City, was going to be somebody I knew. But you just never know.
No.
But out on the middle of nowhere, there's no way.
The hotter they are, the more you just blow right on past.
Oh, if
them.
it's a hot chick,
if it's a hot chick,
they're trying to
that's
set you up.
Yes.
That's a scary movie
Yeah.
waiting to happen.
It's either a porno movie or a horror movie starting to happen.
And I know the way my luck
And I know how,
goes,
yeah.
Yeah.
it ain't a porno.
No, it's going to be that hard.
That lady's gonna have a razor blade next to my nutsack, and they're gonna roll me.
It's going to be like old, what is it? Old P. Diddy. Transportation.
What would he do? I haven't seen that documentary yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Oh, what did he do? He just picked people up.
Yeah. P. Diddy's the one that just got arrested
Right.
for all the baby oils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one of the things that stuck was the transportation of sex workers.
Oh,
Bringing them across state lines.
Right,
You know,
right,
for
right,
the party.
for the parties, for the P Diddy parties.
Yep. And that would be my luck if you see somebody and you're trying to be a good, good Samaritan. And no.
Now you're in a P Diddy party
Yep.
and not a willing participant in
No.
a P Diddy party.
I was thinking about the big girl that you slept with for that money. You got basically about $2.20 a pound on that deal.
There you go. I never even thought about doing the math.
Yeah, doing the math. I had a buddy of mine. His wife was a rather large lady, and she said something about being a stripper, and I said the only way she's going to make money stripping is if people are paying her by the pound to be up there. It's going to have to be a big ass pole for her ass.
Yeah, they had one up there in Baton Rouge, or not Baton Rouge, in New Orleans, that they had a big girl that went up on this pole, and she went up, jumped up high, and tried to kick her legs up. And I guess, gravity's not her friend. And she just let go, slid down. And when she hit the stage and that back fat hit, it sounded like a watermelon busting. I'm like, this is so great.
I don't understand the fascination with these big old girls. And this younger generation has this thick. We had a kid work for us. We say thick thighs save lives or some shit. I don't get that. I guess it's a generational thing. But them big old girls, and them big girls today, like when we were at Disney World last year and we went to a water park or something somewhere, them big girls, they don't have any shame no more.
No.
Big girls used to cover up and shit. Now them suckers wear less than the little girls do.
Oh, yeah.
No shame.
There's no shame.
No shame at all. Cover that shit up.
None at all. I've not been to very many strip clubs in my life. I mean, I can count the number of strip clubs, honestly, on two hands that I've been to. And that was bachelor parties. That's all. Growing up, the whole thing, it just never was my deal. But we were in Wisconsin one time, and we stopped in the middle of nowhere, and a guy was with us. They're like, hey, we need to have a beer somewhere. So I'm driving, and I said, oh, there's a place right there. And I said, oh, Topless Club right there. Pull in there. We pull in this place in the middle of nowhere, and we walk in. And there's this biker-looking guy behind the bar. And they got a stage over there, and it's just a little stage in the corner, and they got an old strip club a pole, and you could tell you're not in the, the haughty 19-year-old co-ed is not coming out on that stage.
Right.
And so we're like, where's the dancers at? Kind of being smart ass. He goes, hold on. He walks out to the back door. There's a screen door on there, and he said, Claire! You got some customers in here. Get your ass up here. And she screams, try to make macaroni and cheese for the kids. Fuck them kids. Get your ass up here now. And she comes in the deal. And boy, she looked, she was not an attractive woman at all. And then she put on Hell's Bells, an old AC/DC song, and she starts grinding up there. And then she takes her top off, and it looked like fried eggs on nails. But you feel obligated.
Yeah, you got to.
You do.
You called her out over here just being a smart ass, and now you've got to go tip this gal.
Yeah.
So
it's a Christian thing to do.
And then so we do paper, rock, and scissors to figure out which one of us has to go up there and give her some money. So you go up there, and you can't call her out there and just put $1 in there. So you got to give her at least $10. And then you give her $10, like, would you like a lap dance? No, that's all. No. Thank you very much, man. We're going to get our beer and go to the next place, please.
You can get back to that macaroni.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, who got the lap dance?
Oh,
that could have been the best lap dance you ever had.
No. Oh, God, it was bad.
You never know.
And you're sitting her husband over there mixing drinks like he's, beating along to fucking Hell's Bells while she's dancing and shit. And you're like,
it's a mom and pop place, Jeff. Yeah. It's a mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
Where going down the road of life does that fork happen where you take that route in your life? That, you know what, honey? In front of the trailer, we're going to build us a strip club, and all my buddies are going to come over here. And you'll dance. And she's like, hell yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And if the boys want macaroni and cheese, I can cook it at the house.
No.
And you can just holler at me. We don't need an intercom. You can just holler.
I can dance. I can dance. You can make the drinks. And we can just have this place packed.
But that's somebody right now living that life.
Yes.
And you just
100%.
Like, what route did you take to get to that point in your life that you're happy about that?
Man, something went wrong somewhere.
Oh, I'm
family business, Jeff.
So in all your travels, have you been to a crappy strip club?
No.
You've never been to a shitty one?
No.
Any dive bar that just was really, really bad?
I guess the only one that was shady is we were actually going across into Mexico, and it was by Rio Grande City.
Yeah, in Texas?
In Texas.
Yes, okay, I know what you're talking about.
And we were going... And I was like, talk to the little locals, like, man, you have a strip club here? And they said, oh, yeah, it's over here. And it's literally mobile homes that they put together, like double wide. And you walk in, and they had plastic chairs, plastic table. The stage, it didn't even have a pole. The stage was pallets stacked up with plywood. They just nailed plywood down. And that was the only one that it was kind of shady. Mainly because of the cartel. It was, you could tell it was a cartel run type thing because of the way that they treated the girls. And we went in there and got a beer, and it was like, no, we ain't going to mess around. But other than that, no.
the stupidest thing I've done, and I've done some stupid shit in my life, is me. I'm not going to say these guys' names. John and Randy. I'll just leave it at that. We were in Mexico, and we was in Puerto Vallarta. A bunch of us, like 30 of us went, guys and girls. And we rented a Jeep, and we decided we was going to drive through the mountains outside of Puerto Vallarta. Now, when you watch Narcos Mexico, that was the time frame that I'm there in the mid-90s. Or the mid-80s. Late 80s is when this is going on. And we drove a Jeep. And while we were driving this Jeep, there's a guy that worked at the resort that we had known. He was kind of a bartender there. And I was like, hey, call him Jose. Jose, what are you doing, boy? I'm going home. Where do you live? I live in San Jose or some little town up in the mountains. Hell, we'll give you a ride. So we gave him a ride. Well, then we got up and there we was going to drive around more. Well, they had somebody spoke English. We stopped and somebody talked to somebody in English, and they had a club there. It was a strip club, whorehouse, bar type deal. And my one buddy John goes, hey, we can go in there and buy a T-shirt or something. I don't think this is like a tourist trap. I think we're the only white people that's even going to be around this place. We went in there, and the tables were made out of concrete. The chairs were made out of concrete. The stage was made out of concrete, and the walls around the damn thing, was that open air strip club type deal, were made with the glass. They had broken glass all around the top where you can't jump over to get it. I don't know if it's to keep you in or to keep you from jumping in.
Sounds like prison.
It did. we had a Corona apiece, and my one buddy's wanting to buy something at the souvenir shop. I said, they ain't got no fucking souvenir. We better get the hell out of here before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is the kind of place that we need to. But looking back now, that was pretty damn stupid. We were in the middle of cartel area. They could have killed us and been nobody didn't even know where we were at. You know, we would just be, now I wonder what happened to Jeff and John and Randy. I don't know.
Yeah, we
They
were
just
all
disappeared.
We're all over there doing that fishing, and we go into I call it China. They say China, whatever, Mexico. So we go there and we go to this restaurant, and we walk out. And the guy that brought us across, because it's a guide and all that, said, hey, look, whatever you do, don't step outside. Just stay in here. Well, me and two of these other guys decided, like, man, we ain't going to sit in here. So we get out and we start walking down the block. And because it's nice. You know, you see all the shops. We go probably maybe 2-3 blocks, turn around, start coming back up on the other side. And you see this car rolling up slow with no lights. And the next thing you know, the lights come on. When those lights came on, everybody went in their shops. It was like turning the lights on and cockroaches.
Oh, shit.
They pulled up, and this guy's sitting in there, and we're on the passenger side, and they rolled the window down. There's a guy sitting in there with the AK-47 in between his legs. He starts grilling us. Like, what are y'all doing here? We told him over here we're fishing. Just, you know, everything. Then next thing you know, one of the guys, he was totally shit-faced. He turned down and looked at him. He goes, listen here, you've been asking us questions. Let me ask you a fucking question. I was like, that's it.
Shit.
We're done.
Yeah.
He's going to just mow us all down. And you could see how he kind of looked. And he goes, man, where the whorehouses at? He just started dying laughing. He goes, y'all some crazy gringos and all this. And so we talked to him and all that. Well, we go back across the street to where the guide was, and he was pissed. He goes, you know who that was? Yeah, we know who it was. I mean, you're in this little Mexican city.
Yeah.
How many people have about $150,000, $200,000 Mercedes rolling up?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell him, is like, look, you know, they were there to make sure that we weren't taking their territory. So he was drilling us, and once we told them what, you know, where they're fishing and stuff like that, they were pretty cool. Right. So they just actually let us go. But when you're asking about shady bars and all that, I'll tell you what, and down on the French Quarter, make sure you go in the right bar. And if you're in that right bar, make sure you go to the restroom and not that side door. We were at this bar and sitting there, and it was a strip club, matter of fact. And my buddy said, man, I have to go to the restroom. I was like, okay, go. So he leaves, and we're sitting there drinking. 20 minutes goes by. He never showed up. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Go in there, walk into
That's
the
a damn
restroom.
good piss.
Go walking in there. He's not in the restroom. He never did came back. He never did come back out the way that he came in. Man, next thing you know, he comes in. This is probably about maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours. He comes back in, and he's sweating. He's white as a ghost. What happened is right next door that they had a door. It was joining clubs, and it was a gay bar. And he walked through this door thinking it was the restroom, but he got hemmed up in that gay bar. They would not let him out. They would not let him out.
Really?
No, they were
Fresh
just
meat.
sitting there. Oh yeah, coming in there. I said that's that little side door. They hemmed him up there for 2.5 hours. He was sweating.
Couldn't get away from him.
No, they said he would try and they would push him and dance on him.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Let me the fuck out of here.
I told him I would have been swinging.
Yeah.
You know, that's how the Shanghai, a lot of people don't realize that in San Francisco, they used to that shit all the time. You go into, did you know about this stuff? Back in San Francisco during the gold rush, you'd go into a bathroom, they'd have trap doors in the rooms. You'd stand there, they'd pull a trap door and you'd go up and they'd grab you and put you on a fucking boat.
Oh shit.
That's what they called Shanghai.
Oh,
And
you got Shanghai.
and they would freaking tie you up and shit and put you on a steamer going back to Hong Kong to get something.
Oh, no.
And they'd get about an hour or 2 or 3 offshore and they'd untie you and fucking work, or you're either going to work your way there or we're going to throw you out.
Huh.
You had no choice.
Damn.
But that's what they called Shanghai, and it was a very common practice.
Shanghai. I'd always heard it, but I didn't know that there was any.
Yeah.
See, you learn something new
You learn
every
something
day.
new
I
every
never
day.
even,
Yeah.
don't even hear about that.
Don't go get Shanghai.
They'd Shanghai your ass and throw you, and you'd be you'd be working. He actually almost got his ass Shanghai.
Yeah,
The gay bar.
right? No.
You think about that shit right now. You think about that if you did that to a girl.
Yeah.
And she went through the wrong deal and went to a club
Oh.
with a bunch of men. They were grinding on her and doing that and shit.
Yeah, they shut her down.
They'd nail your
Oh, yeah.
fucking ass. But guys are embarrassed about that. There was a couple of years, or about 15 years ago, there was a rest area outside of Decatur, Texas. And they had a sting operation there. And what they would do is the cops would go in there, and if you'd bump into them and you say, "Excuse me," they'd arrest you for soliciting male prostitutes or some shit.
For
And-
saying, excuse me?
Yeah, I wish Dad was here. He could tell you the whole story, but guys would be embarrassed about it. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't do that shit. I never done that shit. Well, you can fight us in court, blah, 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 or you can just pay your $125 fine or whatever it was.
Oh, right.
Fuck, I'll just pay a fine. I don't want people thinking I was trying to hit. But they did it to an undercover cop or somebody by accident, and that's how they ended up getting busted. And it may not have been Decatur, but somewhere around the Metroplex area. But the sheriff was in on this deal, and I don't remember all the details, but my dad knew a guy, told me about it one time. But he said
Right.
they didn't want to fucking fight the shit because
Yeah.
it looked like he was, soliciting some guy
Yeah.
trying to grab his Peter at a fucking
Yeah.
truck stop
Right,
somewhere.
exactly.
And it was
Kind
just,
of like that old boy or that guy on We Are the Millers.
What did he do? Oh, trying to remember that movie.
that's Jennifer Aniston's in that movie, right?
Yeah, when they're coming across and the little Mexican cop pulls them over and he's going to give him a
You're
blowjob.
right, yeah.
And he thought it was like
Yeah.
$1,000 or
Yeah.
something, and it was 1,000 pesos, ended up like $25.
Yeah. he wanted Jennifer Aniston
Yeah.
to do it, and he was like, no. I like men. She's like, go ahead. Go ahead.
And then he
buddy.
talked to the young son to do it.
Go suck that guy's dick so we
Yeah.
can leave.
Is that what he says to the kid?
He was like, go suck that guy's dick so we can leave.
Uh-huh.
And then he paid him, and he was like, I can't believe you're going to suck his dick.
I know, yeah. That was a great movie.
That is a really good movie. They don't make funny movies like that anymore. And like that's fairly recent too. Like Hangover and those type movies, like there's not many good comedies out there where you can just
No,
like
we were
laugh.
just talking about that the other day. Like Porky's and
Yeah.
Animal House and all that kind of stuff. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
No,
No.
they don't make they too politically correct. And American Pie.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
Hangover was about the last one. Wedding Crashers was really good. They were not politically correct on that
No.
show, but there's not very many of them like that anymore. Or they get in trouble. I did see where they're trying to go woke. I guess Disney just come out with a new movie that's been a total bust, and they paid
like a lot of them have been.
hundreds of millions of dollars to do it. I don't know what it was, but it was woke shit. And I guess Stranger Things is catching all kinds of shit. They said that the people have quit watching after the kid comes out and says he likes boys or he doesn't like girls.
Yeah. Well, that was like the second to last episode.
But they
so-
said after that, nobody. They said the numbers have just dropped off dramatically after that. ruined a whole series over just trying to throw some woke shit in there. But Disney did a movie, and now there's a movie coming out that's not woke, and they said that people just, I don't understand where there's not a recipe to make a family type movie like Home Alone, where everybody in your family can go and laugh and enjoy it. You don't have to have titties in it. You don't have to have a bunch of cussing in it. You don't have to have anything like that. And people will go watch it, and their kids will laugh and have a good time.
Yeah.
And they don't ever it's either an animated movie for kids, or there's nothing. When's the last time your kids actually went to see a movie that wasn't animated, that's to their type genre of being under 10 years old?
I mean, we went and watched Lilo and Stitch. That was live action, but that was from an animated.
And that was really a pretty good show.
We don't really watch movies a whole lot. We don't go to the movie theaters. Wait for it to come on streaming.
And most people, but there's not very many movies that come out anymore like that.
And like my kids now, like they just they got a couple people that they like on YouTube, and that's really what they watch. This guy called Mark Rover. It's all like science experiments. That's what they've been watching recently.
I bet Mark Rover's making a killing, isn't he?
He is, because it's called Crunch Lab, and it's like a monthly subscription thing. He'll send your kids like a science project, or like engineering. There's like
Smart
science,
man.
or like mixing gas and shit like that together on his YouTube channel. But that's what they wanted for Christmas. They wanted Crunch Lab stuff. So every month they get like this new science experiment that they can build. So,
good for them.
He's probably making. Mr. Rover is probably making some ka-ching.
That's a smart guy, though. That guy's taking something, education. It's family friendly. Mm-hmm. So parents are like, this is really good. My kid's going to learn something good, and they're entertained. That's smart. That's very smart right there.
You got to watch commercials, though. And I don't think he's not doing it, but there was one for like a pubic shaving razor that snuck that in there. So I was like, fuck. Luckily, the kids were like brushing their teeth, because they watch it in the mornings before they go to school. And I was sitting there drinking coffee. I think it was yesterday morning. It would have been this morning.
A pubic hair brush.
Yeah, like they were brushing their teeth. So nobody was in there, and it was like a pubic hair razor. And I was like, oh, thank God they're not here to have to answer to that.
You know, there'll be a lot of confused kids these days, because most of these kids today's mamas don't have pubic hairs.
No.
They would be fucking lost. What is that?
Hey. Shit grows down there?
Yeah.
They don't have the chia pets no more.
Yeah, grandma's got one like that, but mama don't.
That's gross.
But no, I wish they'd go back, especially like the TV.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, my favorite show at my parents was All in the Family. I mean,
that was on today when I went in the kitchen. The ladies were watching that when I walked through, and I said, this is not politically correct. I don't know if this is appropriate for our hunting lodge. They're looking at me. I said, I'm just kidding. This is one of the best shows on TV.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Archie Bunker, he's real.
Yes.
I mean, he does say some stuff that is construed as racist. Big deal. But that's what it was like then. But you know what? If you can't laugh at yourself, because if you want the opposite, watch Sanford and Son.
Yes.
There ain't nobody makes fun of black people no more than Red Fox did.
Yes.
And he was great. But
Yes.
You ought to be able to make fun of where you come from.
I agree.
Every place without getting so butthurt about shit.
I agree.
Too many feelings.
There are.
All right, you guys.
I got to go hook up to a trailer.
Y'all got to get ready for a goose hunt. Thank you for being on with us.
Thank you.
Pat McRotch, Phil McRotch.
Pat McRotch. Look forward to seeing you guys again next year. Y'all are one of my favorite groups. I loved your stories. I just could see that stripper with her head on fire running through the club.
Oh, it was the best.
And then coming back for work. I mean, that's
that's dedication.
That's that.
Does she have eyebrows left?
I wasn't even looking at eyebrows.
I bet that stunk, because there's nothing worse than
It
stinks
was.
in there.
Oh, it was so bad.
Singed ass hair.
All right. Thank you for listening to us. God bless y'all. Have a great week. We got 2 more weeks of hunting season, and then we'll get back on our regular podcast schedule of 3 per week. Thank you. God bless you. Peace. Bye.
Bye.